God let me be broke. God caused me to go through this. God didn't cause those things. We got to stop blaming the hand that feeds us. We got to stop blaming the one who is helping us. Truth be told, and I know, and it comes back from Joseph, we got to be able to call a spade, and yet understand that that's not God. He said, you meant evil against me, but God worked it out for my good. I was mistreated. I was abused. I was straight up thrown into slavery. And yet God worked it out for my good. He didn't cause any of what happened to me. He's the reason why I came out. He didn't cause any of what happened to me. He's the reason why I'm better for it. He didn't cause, or he wasn't in control of any of those things. Proverbs 19:3 says people ruin their lives by their own foolishness, and then they're angry at the Lord. He knew where his help came from. You follow me? So it was God who helped, not the people. Joseph knew. He said, you meant evil against me, but God meant it for good. He wasn't even calling them out. He wasn't necessarily just trying to shame them for what they did. They already knew. He knew, but so did they. He said, the reason why this is because although you did mean evil against me, God meant it for good. And as a result, Joseph was wiser. He was stronger. He was in a position where he was better as a result of what happened afterward. Once God got involved, it's something about when we can call on God in the most evil of our mess, no matter whose fault it is. He wasn't necessarily saying this is your fault and allowing what they did to determine where he was going to be in life. He just said, no, you meant evil against me. You did, but God meant it for good. And he was living in the reality of the good right there in front of them. You follow me? So, and he got wisdom. He got in a position where he was better off, better than he was. As a result of that, he could trust God. Not only that, but even the people who wronged him were able to see how good God is. When we're bad, he's good. There is none good but God. And when you look at James chapter 1, I was just looking at recently, when he says, count it all joy when you fall into different tests and trials, knowing that the suffering produces patience and all those things. I wish, God had me study this recently because I always hated reading that verse as a child. And I just read down one more verse, and he says, if any of you lacks wisdom, let him ask of God, and he gives liberally, without reproach. He doesn't hold anything against us. And that's the thing that we gain when we go through stuff, is to gain wisdom. And it told me, because I always asked him, I said, God, why do we go through all of these things? If you don't cause them, why do we go through these things? And I started to read again, and it says, if any of you lacks wisdom, we're supposed to gain wisdom from what we go through. A lot of times we go through stuff just because of a lack of wisdom, but he doesn't hold that against us. He gives it to us freely.